Hi guys, it's Lianne from Woodhead Co. Today I want to be talking to you about getting your tenant to pay if they get in arrears. In 2021, self-managing landlords were 300% more likely to be in arrears than in previous years, and against those who are using agents to manage their properties. The cost can well be into the thousands when trying to evict a tenant. So these are some top tips for getting your tenant to contact you and to pay. So the first thing being, I would message them on the third day of them not paying, as well as call them. If they do speak to you, that's great, but also send them an email following up what they've said in the call. And if they haven't contacted you, send them an email regardless, so that there is something in writing. Another thing to do as well, if they do contact you and they are having difficulties, try and be understanding, but also be firm. So if they say there's an issue with work, then that's fine. You need to see evidence of that. And also, when's that going to be resolved? So it's always, if there is ever an issue, it's always by when will it be resolved, by when. Okay. Another thing that you could do is also ask them if they need help with budgeting, or suggest several ways to try and improve their living costs so that you can ensure that rent can be paid, or at least some of the rent. If a tenant does come back to you with a payment plan, try not to be as harsh with a payment plan as some people are. The reason being, some money is better than no money, and if people get higher and higher and higher in arrears, it becomes less achievable for them to pay it back. Also you can contact the council and fill out a UC47 if the tenant has lost their job for whatever reason, and in which case they can inform you if the tenant can claim a benefit for their arrears. Do not harass your tenants. It does need to be done professionally. It does need to be within reasonable hours, therefore 9 to 5, Monday to Friday when you contact them. Never contact them outside of those hours really, unless they've contacted you. Okay, compliance is a big thing here. Worst case scenario, if the tenant does stop paying and it does need to go to court, if you lack on some compliance, the court will throw it out. Therefore, you have to spend money getting the compliance sorted whilst not getting any rent, and then reapplying for the court, which will cost further funds. So a couple of things that you can also do as well is, one good thing to do is to check with your insurance and speak to them and see if they offer a rent guarantee or legal services to get the property back if the tenant does fall that far into arrears. Check your contract as well. Has the tenant got a guarantor? If so, that's great. Let's get contacting them straight away. And with this process, it's really important. If you do not know the law, you need to speak to a legal professional or an agent to be able to help you out in this situation. Any fall down on any compliance, as I've said before, or anything that you may have said to anger the tenant, should we say, it is best to put it to an agent at this point and let them deal with it as they deal with it all the time. Don't be scared to ask for help on that front, especially if your insurance is planning on paying, that's even better. And also one thing you need to be aware of as well is if the tenant has asked for any rent holiday, you need to be aware that you do need to stick to that and speak to them when the time does come. If you have any questions, give Woodhead Co a call on 01933 837 000.